When you lose, you should take your lumps, give your comments, and then exit, go home, and do it again the next day. However, Kevin Durant had some different plans. When he was asked about the loss to the Knicks during the game last night, he basically took some shots and shaded Quentin Grimes. We're going to break down his comments and let you know exactly what he said. All of this and so much more today. So be sure you're subscribed to the channel and have notifications turned on so you don't miss a second of the new content. And now, let's get started. Kevin Durant shades Quentin Grimes. So you already lost the game. You already watched Jalen Brunson drop 50 on you, have a perfect half from three, do one of the best things you could see an NBA point guard do on any given night. All of that's already happened. You've already made your comments about the game. You already saw the New York Knicks drop 139 points on your head. And after all of this, even after Jalen Brunson does what he does, you talk about the game and then you make comments and shade Quentin Grimes? You think that's the way to go about your night? That's the best course of action? Let's show you exactly what Kevin Durant had to say about Quentin Grimes after the game last night. Roll it.
The 9 for Brunson.
Well, shooters get up into him and make him dribble. What's his name? Quentin Grimes, he can't get 3 threes up. Or 6 threes up. He doesn't dribble at all. He doesn't have any free throws in the season. He doesn't have any assists, I feel like, but he's getting 3s up. That's the stuff we can't have. It's frustrating, but I think we'll figure it out.
Angry much? Did you notice? He asked the reporter, a question about Jalen Brunson. He answered it just a little bit while looking at the paper and then saw Quentin Grimes' name on the paper. Didn't even realize who he was or his name really, but then said, we can't let him do that. He doesn't dribble, doesn't shoot free throws, doesn't pass, took shots at each and every point of his game. But we allowed him to get up these threes and get up these points. And that can't happen. To an extent, I understand what he's saying. And I can understand when you have a player that's on the season, isn't great or isn't impactful for his team, and then against your team, he becomes an impactful player. That's what basically Kevin Durant was saying. It wasn't a shot per se to Quentin Grimes. I think it was more of a shot saying that there is no way we as a team can allow players who have not had an impact on a majority of games throughout this season to come into our house and start finally having an impact. So I think that's what he was saying. Unfortunately, that's not how it came out. It came out as salty, it came out as angry, it came out as bitter, and it came out as you taking shots at a young kid. You taking shots at a young rookie. Why even talk about him when the question was about Jalen Brunson? They didn't even ask you, what do you need to do better as a team? How could you have done better against Jalen Brunson as a team? That wasn't even the case. They didn't even ask you, who else could you have done better against? Nope. They asked you about Jalen Brunson. There's a reason for that. Jalen was the guy that dropped 50 on you. Jalen was the guy that had a perfect half from 3. 9 of 9. That was Jalen. That was Jalen Brunson. That's why he asked you about Jalen. He didn't ask you about Grimes. Grimes, who had 9 points. Grimes, yeah, who did do well for us last night and did shoot the ball for us well. Don't get me wrong. And off the bench, he's been doing sensational. Way better as a bench player than a starter for the Knicks. We all understand that. But even so, 9 points? You're going to take time out of your media session to give shade to Quentin Grimes because you allowed him to score 9 points and some of those points off a 3? What about Jalen Brunson? You're not going to say how you allowed this man to abuse the entire Phoenix Suns team for that entire second half? You allowed him to score 50 points? You allowed him to come into your house and embarrass you. But that's not the topic of discussion. Quentin Grimes is. Quentin Grimes' 9 points is. Quentin Grimes bugged you that much that you allowed him to do anything in the game that you had to take shots. You had to go ahead, grab at the lowest hanging fruit, and take a shot at my young boy. But it's okay. It's fine. Want to know why? because the New York Knicks last night dominated the Phoenix Suns in that second half. Best second half of the year, of the season by far. Jalen Brunson went off. Julius Randle went off and blocked Kevin Durant's shot. That's probably why he's so salty. He's thinking back to when Julius blocked his shot. Also, the Knicks collectively passed the ball, outscored them in that fourth quarter, and dominated them on the boards. They did whatever they wanted to do against this Phoenix Suns team that has been touted as one of the finalist teams to go to the finals of the NBA this year. And the Knicks just did that to them. The Knicks just put up 139 points on their head. You mad, KD? You angry? You're a little bit upset? That's cool. That's all right. Keep the focus where it needs to be. Be angry with the Knicks. Be angry with the guy that dropped 50. Don't be angry at the young rookie coming off the bench that you allowed to score 9 points. Don't do that. Don't take shots at that young man. Take shots at the Knicks. Take shots at Julius Randle, who blocked your shot. Why you ain't taking shots at him? You got to take shots at young Quentin Grimes, who was just benched, who was taking a leap off the bench, who is giving you what he needs to give you off the bench, who is giving you that shooting that we've always wanted to see off the bench. You don't do that. Nah, you don't do that. And I'll tell you one thing, KD. You should start looking at your team, looking at your roster, and thinking about, can I actually win with this team? Because I still am waiting for consistent games of seeing that big three of Bradley Beal, Devin Booker, and Kevin Durant. It's almost been a quarter of the season, and I've seen that team suit up maybe fully healthy twice. 2 times. Twice. Get the internals in order first before you start taking shots and shading the Knicks players, and shading us in New York. Do that after you got a win. Don't do that after a loss. Right now, the Knicks are the ones who are dancing. The Knicks are the ones that went to Phoenix and burned that entire place down. And Jalen Brunson was the one you should have took a shot at, but you couldn't. You can't. You can't take a shot for 9 for 9. You can't take a shot at 5-0. You'll take a shot at 9 points, though. Off the bench, though. That's what you'll do. It's okay. I understand it. You're a little bit mad. You're a little bit upset. You didn't get the victory. That's cool. The Knicks did. That's cool. Jalen Brunson went into your house, dropped 50 on your team, and walked out of that building dancing. And guess what? There are rumors out there right now that he's still dancing now. Took that game ball. Yeah, Quentin Grimes was a contributor. I am very happy, and I'm proud of my young boy. I'm proud of him coming off the bench and dancing on these other teams. And I hope he continues to do this tonight when the Knicks face the Clippers, because I want to see more dancing in LA. But you know what? That game last night had everything to do about why the team played so well and why the team looked so good and how the team helped Jalen Brunson get that 50. It wasn't just about one player, and it certainly wasn't just about Quentin Grimes. But that didn't stop Kevin Durant from still trying to shade him and take shots at him. How did that work out, by the way, KD? Did it make you feel better? Did it help you win the game? Because I'm going to guess the answer to both questions is a big, fat no. But thanks for your comments. Nobody needed them, nobody wanted them, and clearly nobody asked for them. But you still felt compelled to do it anyways. Good for you. I'm going to go back and watch this replay real quick of Jalen Brunson dropping 50 on you and your team. But you can go ahead and keep taking shots at Quentin Grimes. Salute to you. And what about you guys? What did you think about Kevin Durant and his harsh shading comments to Quentin Grimes? Let me know in the comments below, guys, because honestly, I would love to hear from you. But that's going to do it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, go ahead and smash that like button, leave a comment below. And of course, guys, please subscribe to the channel. Until next time, Knicks fans. Peace.